Hi Cancer, welcome to your 2024-25 Astrology Horoscope forecast. Welcome to my channel. It's a transitional year as we move from the earth and water energies and we move into fire and air frequencies. I'm going to be focusing on slow moving planets. I'm going to be primarily looking at Pluto and Jupiter. I've spoken at great length on Pluto and how it is that it affects us. It's one of the slowest moving planets. And for the last 20 years, it has been in Capricorn, and now it's moving into Aquarius. So the entire energy is going to be moving from structure, authority, rules, regulations, hoarding more, deriving our security from material things, our own sense of self-worth as far as finances are concerned. And now it's going to be moving on to more collective conscious energy. It's going to be moving towards we vis-a-vis me. So there are going to be a lot of changes that we will experience over a period of 20 years. It's a very, very slow and a long transit. And this is a time where your house, which has to do with joint finances and resources, is going to get impacted. On January 21st, we have Pluto that is going to be moving into your house of joint finances, resources, sexuality, intimacy, and this is also the house of power struggles. Now, Pluto is going to be here for the next 20 years. It's an extremely long transit, and you will feel the effect of gradually your interest, which will deepen into the hidden, the mysterious, or the taboo side of life, as well as your own deeper nature, your primal urges, and also a desire for control. Pluto is the ruler of underworld. It tends to go deeper within our own psychological patterns, our issues, and it tends to bring up everything on the surface so that we can change, we can evolve, and we can transform. So it can be that attitudes towards dependencies on others, on finances, intimacy, they will be allowed to transform. That is, if you are, of course, willing to. It is just that Pluto will keep creating those situations, those circumstances where you will experience a lot of power struggles between close personal relationships and also in business relationships as well. And events occurring during this entire transit, they may have the effect of completely altering your perspective on these things. Also, where shared resources are concerned, your debts, supports, taxes, death or birth can also stir up powerful feelings and newer perspectives. There can also be a lot of financial changes during this time. And considerably, it depends really for better or worse. You need to be looking at more stronger planets. Say if you have a Uranus or a Saturn that is aspecting into this part of your joint resources, it's worth your while to download a chart. There are a lot of softwares now which where you can go and you can download your birth chart and you can have a look exactly as to how it is, whether for good or for bad, it's going to be really affecting you. But you can expect some amount of changes as far as your finances are concerned. And also they will affect your partner's money, because this is really not your own house of money. It is your partner's house of money as well, and also your support systems that are there. It's also going to be a long transit, a time of intense work, of passion projects, of research and investigation. And you may find that you are quite fascinated with things that are hidden away from you. So there could be a sense to research, dig more deep, not just be happy about what or how things are presented to you on the surface. And also it can be that during this time, sexual relationships can be fairly intense and also complicated during this transit. There could be a sense of being both fascinated and fearful of deeper intimacy. And on the other hand, yet you will crave only deep and intense relationships. You're not going to be very happy with superficial relationships or superficial interactions and experiences with others. It's a time of power struggles, Cancerians. This is really a time of who brings what on the table. What is it that I'm giving? What is it that I need to be getting? And it's time also how we control people in our life through power. So try and see or try and practice detachment, especially around power control during this time. Try and see that um, you're not too obsessively transactional where relationships are concerned and also where finances are concerned. In certain cases, this also speaks about some legal cases or dealing with, it could be inheritances, it could be divorces, it could be alimony, they could be just who takes what from here. On March the 25th, we have a lunar eclipse that is there in your house of home. And then we have a solar eclipse on 8th of April that is there in your house of career. So the first set of eclipses that we have, they're going to be talking about changes in your home and in your career. And eclipses normally last for about 6 months. So there could be a lot of movement. Maybe some of you could be shifting homes. Maybe you could be looking at another place of stay. It could be another country, or you could be moving somewhere. And also this could be a time where you could be looking at your career very differently. You would maybe want to start something new. You could be looking at experimenting as well with your work or the kind of work that you do. May the 25th, we have Jupiter. That's the second large movement that we have this year. It moves only once a year, and it's coming into your house of behind the scenes. So we have Pluto that is resonating in your house of power struggles, and then we have Jupiter that is there in this house of behind the scenes, and it's resonating. They're both resonating with each other. So this can at times bring about a lot of a need to sort of step back, a need to prefer your own company, a need for solitude, a need for research, for deep psychological patterns. Jupiter in this house of behind the scenes, it's a house of spirituality. It is said to offer spiritual protection. It's a cycle in which you can get rid yourself of self-destructive tendencies, deep-seated fears, and also deeply ingrained tendencies towards feelings of guilt or acting very much like a guardian angel. So this entire Plutonian shift, which is where Pluto is resonating with Jupiter in your house of power struggles and intimacy and sexuality and finances. On the other hand, Jupiter is going to be giving you that protection wherein that you can actually evolve, you can become self-aware, you can actually undo things which are which may create some complications for you. So it's a fabulous time to be in touch with your subconscious. It's a fabulous time to be involved in charity, to be giving charity anonymously. Fabulous time especially to be giving to the voiceless or even to orphanages, contributing, so that there is no transaction that is involved, that you don't stand to really benefit from it. Also a fabulous time to be volunteering and helping others without expectation or rewards. And this is an absolutely sort of a fulfilling cycle. Work which involves serving others, whether you go and volunteer at a hospital or at a prison, or you donate to animal shelters, would give you immense joy. This is also a time where it's a fabulous time for meditation. It's a fabulous time for retreats. It's a fabulous time to be connecting with your own sense of self. Because Pluto is a long transit in your house of, I keep repeating it, in your house of joint finances and power struggles, take the benefit what Jupiter will give you, so that you can give in turn. It's almost like a karmic cycle that you are sort of giving your karmic debt, And it's a time where things that are done anonymously, things that are done in private, without any benefit or reward, will really benefit you. It can also be that during this cycle that some people enter your life romantically in, it speaks about clandestine affairs. And in general, help seems to be there when you need it. So you're literally like covered by a guardian angel who's looking over you as well. It's a time of a spiritual renewal. We have Mercury retrogrades that are there in April, August, and November. And they are there in the fire houses. They are there in your house of money and self-worth. They are there in your house of work and career. So your finances, health, and career gets highlighted during the Mercury retrograde. It would be a time for you to step back during these months of April, August, and November, and to replug and look at as to how it is that you can maybe look at your finances differently, maybe let go of assets which are maybe dead assets. It's a time again to be taking care of your health. What is it that you're not doing right? It also speaks a lot about mental health. Maybe it's a time for you to be connecting your mind and your body and seeing as to, maybe there are psychosomatic pains in which mentally something has been stuck, or emotionally something has been stuck, and it's translating into a physical illness. And also, as far as your work is concerned, how it is that you can share with others, how it is that you can be less transactional and less sort of have the power control and be of service to others. September the 18th, we have a lunar eclipse that is there in your house of long distance travel. It's a house of expansion of the time, of the mind, and it is also the house of long distance travel. And then we have a solar eclipse that is there in October, which is there in your house of home. So eclipses last for about 6 months. This is your second set of eclipses that is there. And this is speaking again about how it is that you need to be, and this is your own house, your fourth house where the solar eclipse is there. Maybe you are again refurbishing your house, maybe you're renovating, maybe you're buying, renting, leasing, maybe you're shifting homes during this time. And also this may have to do with, because something has come to an end for you, maybe whether it's maybe for some of you, if you were studying out of the country and now you're coming back home to you're coming back to your roots. In certain cases, it may also be that now you're ready to sort of share with the world the knowledge that you have accumulated. As much as that you travel this year in 2024, the spiritual lessons, the skills that you learn, it would be a fabulous time to sort of bring them back to the place where you started. The solar eclipse in October is also encouraging you to sort of, be more connected with your roots, be more nurturing of your home space as well. End of the year, that is December 6th, we have Mars, which is going to be going retrograde in your house of money, and this is your earned income, and this is also your house of self-worth. And it is retrograde till about February 2025. That's like quite a long retrograde that is there. So it would be a fabulous time for you to be reflecting where you're putting your time, your own sense of self-worth, how it is that you're looking at yourself, where money is concerned, how much of emotional or a mental security, despite having money. This is of course not about, not saying that you can't pay your bills and then, you are not sort of worried about it. This speaks about having enough and yet, still having a low sense of self-worth. So the Mars retrograde over here will allow you to sort of step back, reflect, relook at things, how far you've come, where it is that you want, or what is it that you want to do with what you have accumulated, your own sense of self-worth, how it is that you're defining it through the lens of finances, and also that you really don't need to be having a lot of money in the bank in order to be having your self-esteem or your sense of self-worth, strong or be up there. So things are going to be coming up on the surface. Cancerians, 2024 years, look at it as a transitional years. The planets are still settling in. Pluto is still sort of just rolled in. Look at it as a year of great change, with the energies being more in air and fire. You may find that things which have been sort of been slower or stagnant will start moving more faster. Even people, you'll find, mindsets will change. There is more of a collective consciousness that is there. There is less of the focus on accumulating a single or few single people just having that wealth and not being shared with everybody else. So the energies are all moving towards the collective, moving more towards expanding of our minds, learning more technology, AI, new softwares, how it is that we can imbibe those in our lives. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Cancerians. I'll see you again soon.